Yeah, surprised for sure. It's a good word to use. Frustrated as well, frustrating. Yeah, as you said, right, what we've been doing, what we're capable of doing, didn't really ever get it going. Having an opportunity right there in the first drive of getting down there in the red zone, being able to have a chance to put 7 up and settling for a field goal, that was the start of it. And the rest just kind of followed that, and us not making the plays that was necessary. And credit to those guys. Credit to Coach Joseph, defensive coordinator, making it tough on us. And they got the best of us, that's for sure. Yeah, for sure. Definitely a force. That one right before half. They're playing 2-man. Was working the slant to the left. 2-man inside leverage wasn't there. Came back and was hoping that, maybe me and Ferg, right, could just kind of make a ball player's play. And the DB made the better play. He turned faster than I wanted him to. Ferg was more on top of him, so the back shoulder wasn't quite the throw, and that's what I threw, and he made the catch, and just a force right there. And then the one later is just pure miscommunication. CD wanted to go around the guy and keep going. I was expecting him to sit it down right and just kind of trust throw it right there. The guy made a hell of a play, and so that's us just got to be on the same page, especially in the red zone, especially in a game like this when we're trying to come back and get in the end zone. So 2 unacceptable plays, really. Yep.
And you get the ball to start the second half. But it seemed like I'm not settling for a field goal, 30 seconds left, I'm trying to make a big play down the field.
Yeah, well.
That one of those situations where I want to score a touchdown, not necessarily a field goal.
Yeah, definitely pressed there. I wouldn't say that was trying to, let's go get a touchdown, but definitely was trying to make the field goal easier. Was trying to get more than what I still think we probably needed 5 or so. Maybe we didn't need anything, right, with Brandon, but trying to make it easier on him. Like I said, I was really working a slant. Slant wasn't there. Great defensive call there. And 2-man was a great call versus the play that we had. And like I said, I forced the throw and wasn't the type of throw that was required in that situation, and really should have just got off of that and progressed. And so, yeah, to your point, that was one of those of, being frustrated, trying to keep up, and just can't do that, period. Yeah, for sure. Definitely noticed that. It's a lot that goes into that, right? You've got 2 elite guys out at receiver. I don't really honestly care who's guarding them. No disrespect to the guys out there, even Surtain. So, I mean, it's not like, he's out there, I need to attack this other guy. I mean, I was just fine attacking 21. But the opportunities, we didn't make them when they presented themselves, and they did a better job. 3-4-1. Yeah, I mean, we've got to find consistency, honestly. The frustrating part about, coming out here and we lost a game playing our best, you can somewhat live with that, But when we didn't play anything close to that, I mean, I think Shadi said it in there. If there's somebody that feels like they played their best, come forward and say it. And I don't know if there's any player in that locker room that's going to feel that way. And so, talking about identity, trying to find it, we were far from anything that we've been, especially on the offensive side of the ball today. And so that's what's as frustrating as anything is we didn't even play to our identity. We didn't play to our standard. And we've got to find a way to do that on the road. Once again, credit them, credit the crowd, credit the defensive coordinator and those guys out there playing. They did a hell of a job. And so, but we've got to overcome that, especially with the players and the people that we've got. Something I've got to go back and look at. It's crazy. Like, I mean, honestly, when I heard that, it just stung even more, right? Ferg doesn't have a catch. A guy that's been, 5 or 6 catches every game, just a consistent target. Us not being able to get him the ball. I know there was one player so that me and him both didn't do what the defense present it, right? And so that probably took a target away from them, but that's just one. And so, they knew what we were trying to do. They knew who our top targets were, and they did a good job of taking those away. And when they didn't completely take them away, they made it hard on us to take advantage of it, whether it be the pass rush or just the scheme that they had in the coverage. Yeah, we've got people that care about this game, and just breaking down the team right in the locker room. The old saying, adversity reveals character, and also it builds it. And so, who are we? And just challenged everybody, myself included, to look in the mirror and are we giving enough? Are you giving enough throughout the week, throughout your preparation, and particularly on game day, right? To make sure that you're giving your best performance. And so, I know the coaches, I know the men in that building. I know how pissed we all are from this, and I know the way that we're going to get back to work and be ready for Monday night. And so it's a hell of a business we're in. It's a tough business, but I wouldn't choose anything else and wouldn't choose any other men than those guys in those locker room and those coaches. We're going to come together, and we're going to make sure that this doesn't turn into 2 games, and more importantly, we need to find a way to get a streak going on the winning streak. As I know I talked to y'all about that Thursday. That was the most important thing to me, and to come out here and not even get close to that is very, very frustrating as the leader of this team. So it's about making sure we get back to practice, we get back to the details and the intentionality of what we're trying to do on every phase and every drill and everything that we do to make sure we come out here next Monday or whatever it is, and put a better performance, and then we can try to stack too. But we've got to go get a win.
Why do you think this Denver team is so good here?
Here at home? Yeah, I mean, one, the crowd helps. That crowd noise was tough. You saw a couple of pre-snap penalties. That I had one myself. They do a good job there, and then that they play to the snap count, they play to the silent count. Those edge rushers, the D line. And that's why they lead in sacks. That's why they lead in third down. So, sure, they're a stat-driven team, but when you play them, you can see why. And they do a good job of it. So, once again, all the credit to them. But we didn't play anywhere close to our standard. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. They've got a lot of guys out. They've got a lot of guys down, right? And guys are having to step up. And so it's just about, taking advantage of your opportunity, whoever's in there, right, and believing. I don't even need to know if I need to go any further than that, and believing in yourself, believing in the scheme, and that just comes through communication and trust. I always say confidence is earned. So we've got to go back on all phases and earn it, and earn the confidence to come out here and have a good game. But that starts tomorrow, and that starts in practice. So Sunday is just a result of throughout the week. Yeah, just focus, simple focus. Communication, really. It's communication first and then focus. And we've got to be lead at communicating. Like I said, the one that I had, right, I could have made a call that change the snap count or change the way that we're approaching it so everybody understood it. And we didn't. So you've just got to make sure those things don't happen, because in a game like this, against a team like this, that they want to play second down like third down, the worst you can do is to get behind the chains. And so we did that a couple of times in a couple of drives, and that ultimately hurt us. I mean, me personally, I don't think it's hard, and that's what I enjoy about being the leader of this team, is trying to echo my thoughts to the other guys. It's about, as I just said, it's about what you're doing. It's about what you're putting into this game, and it's not just on Sunday, right? As I said, Sunday's a result of the week. It's about, when you're in the building for one thing, but when you're outside of the building, the film study you're doing, the all the work that you're putting in individually to make sure that you don't let your teammates down, and more importantly, that you're ready to make the plays when they come your way. And so, as I said, adversity reveals character, and again, it builds character. So we've just got to get back to the basics. We've got to get back to practicing the right way, practicing hard, which we do. I'm not saying that we don't, but we've got to make sure practice carries over into Sunday, and this week it didn't. I mean, I felt great, but that's not the game plan. Me running it 6 times for that many yards, we'll take it, especially in a win, but that doesn't mean zip when you lose, right? Those are desperation yards. Those are, trying to get away from pressure, trying to make something happen. Obviously, I was able to extend a couple of first downs, which is huge, and that is a big part of it. But I don't think that anybody would come into this game saying, like, we'll take that, especially not in a loss. So if you give me those stats in a win, sounds great, and I'll give you a much better answer, but not what we're trying to do. Yeah, sure. I heard Shotty's answer. It's tough when you got 2 guys like that. I mean, like I said, no disrespect to Moss over there, but that's CeeDee Lamb. So I'm going to attack. It's hard to second-guess myself. I'm not going to second-guess myself. Sure, you can look back at it and say, yeah, GP did win, right? And GP's always going to win. Like that's who he is. And so, but CeeDee is as well. So, it's that whole – which one do you want to take? I can't second-guess myself. We score a touchdown right there. You look at the film, you see GP's open right there. You're not going to say, dang, you should have went to GP, so part of it. Very tough, very tough. Yeah, very tough because, yeah, you want to put a streak together and talking about identity, trying to find identity, right? Like, it's hard to even give you an identity until we put a couple of games together in a row. Right now, our identity is up and down, and that's not anything I'm proud of and not anything anybody in that locker room should be proud of on any side of the ball or the coaches. So, like, our identity right now is inconsistent, and that's unacceptable. And we've got to be better. We've got to find a way to be consistent, whether it's at home, on the road. Regardless, we're too good. We got too many good players. We got great coaches that, hell, Clowney was just saying in the locker room, right? Like, this roster should not be going up and down like we're doing it. And a guy like that, when he says it, he says he's been on 7 teams, that hits. That's real. And so we've just got to look in the mirror. Like I said, like I challenged the guys, and what can we do more? I'd hope. Yeah, but then again, I trust and I like the guys that we have. I honestly do, and that's not just a political answer or whatever it is. Like, you've seen some of these games we've won, and honestly, even the tie in some of the games we've lost. Like, our rosters is okay. Can it be better? That's for you guys to write about and to judge. I trust those guys. We've got to be better in everything that we do. Getting a trade, right, takes opportunities and plays away from somebody else. And so I just echo to those people or to the guys in the locker room, right, like, forget a trade. Do more, right? Like shut that talk up, whether it be offense, whether it be defense, whatever position group that you guys are alluding to, step up and shut the talk up. Thank you, guys.